So yesterday, we had the pleasure of being a part of Saxe Fall Fest. So first I want to thank all of you that came and helped out. The board, you all were just wonderful. Getting together, Jerry spearheaded all the plans and all the things we had to do, and the folks that came out, and all the work that was done, and the toys that were made. Mike, the toy was a hit. The beanbag throw.
Was it ever?
The kids loved it. I don't know, we might have to play it on Sunday mornings before we start. So we had a great time, and just a great group of people, steady crowd of people coming in and out and filing around from vendors. There had to have been 75 vendors or more. Just a lot of stuff going on, food trucks, live music, music coming over the loudspeakers. Just a great day, high energy, sunshine, it was wonderful. So I took some time to walk around and see who was there, what other kind of places had vendor booths, see if there were any other churches. There weren't, we were there.
All right.
Yes, we were the shining light there. And it was interesting, walking and talking to people, and having conversations with vendors, seeing what they were selling, paying attention to how they welcomed people in. Because just about before you would even get to their booth, people were waving, saying hello, bringing you in. They wanted to talk to you about what it is they were selling. And so as I thought about that last night, as I'm recovering from a long day, and then I woke up this morning and I thought, what if we were all so open to each other that it was like you were a vendor at Fall Fest or somewhere else, and it was beyond tolerance. Tolerance is a big word, which sounded good when we started using it, that we would just be tolerant of each other. And for me, I think that sets the bar so low. So very low. But if we were like vendors who had something to sell and you really wanted everybody who passed by to come to your booth, to come into your space and offer them the best that you had, how could we change our lives? How could we change the world? Because no matter what booth I passed, no matter what they were selling, they wanted me in their space. And it was with open arms. And they were smiling, and they were happy, and they folded me in, and they showed me around, and it was like we were best friends. And everybody, no matter who they were, no matter where they come from, no matter what their background was, no matter what their age, everybody was treated the same. The same. We saw all ages, all sizes, just a varied set of ethnicities. It was just incredible, and it was probably the most fun I've had in a long time. People just having a great time with each other. So it was so far from tolerance. And I thought, here we have this low bar of kind of putting up with each other, because we should, and it's kind, and it's good, and maybe it's Christian that we do that, and we say, oh yeah, there's people, and they're different from me. So yes, they can share my space, kind of. Because with tolerance, it's like it's all right if you're near me, but don't get too close. There's almost like there's a wall up. And it probably comes with strings. And I think a lot of the talk we do about kindness, and a lot of it is talk these days, because I hear people talk about kindness and say how important it is, and not 5 minutes later in another post on Facebook or in another conversation, I hear people hurling epithets at each other. Making judgments about who they are because of who they voted for, where they came from, what they think, what they believe, where they worship, what they look like. And so we go from kindness kindness to judgment in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. I don't know if we forget, or if kindness is just a buzzword like tolerance was at some point, and we think it's great, and it is great, but living it is a whole nother smoke. Like Oprah would say, that's a whole other show. Because we can talk about kindness, and we can use those words, and we can throw them out and say that we love everybody and that we believe in oneness. And then you run into somebody who's not quite like you, or you've judged them not to be like you. And suddenly it's a whole other deal. Or you think it's fine, and you think other cultures, and that you're open to people from other backgrounds, and then your daughter brings somebody home because they're dating somebody from another culture, and suddenly it's like, oh, okay. I remember my husband and I first got together. A friend said to me, well, you can be nice to them and be friends, but you can't bring them home. Needless to say, that friendship was over.
You're talking about men or something?
Yes, my husband's wife.
Yes. Oh.
What?
Sorry.
God! For those who don't know Quentin, and I'm talking like I'm still on Facebook, I'm not. So yes. So she was fine and she was cool with me. And she knew about Quentin, she knew we were friends. But then when I said we were dating, she said, all bets were off. And then she said to me, well, you know, if you really care for him, then I guess it's okay. But then when she invited me over, she would invite me, but not him. Or she would tell me that this is just a couple of friends getting together, and then I get there and it's all couples. And I thought, oh, this is what we're doing here. So yeah, that friendship didn't make it. Yeah. Kindness. Are we really kind? Are we really accepting? Are we really loving? Or are we just good with spouting out the platitudes? Do we really believe in oneness? Are we really accepting? Is it really okay? And I think we have to go beyond all okay. I think our divinity requires us to go beyond okay. Because if we really embrace our own divinity, I can't really embrace my own if I don't embrace yours. Unless you have some very special version of divinity that says, I'm divine, but today, oh, you're just Eddie. Oh, you're just missing the mark today.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And so when I was in that environment yesterday and just watching how the vendors responded to people, what if we were all that vendor? And instead of selling wares, we were offering our hearts, offering the best that we are. Having open arms with whoever came by and wandered into our booth, our world, our universe, and just said, welcome, this is what I have for you. Instead of, oh, hi, yeah. Oh no, you can sit over there. That's where those people sit. You know, life can get uncomfortable. And if we're used to being in certain circles, if we're used to being with certain groups of people, if we're only with like-minded people, I hear that a lot, I just want to be with like-minded people. And what happens when you're outside of your comfort zone? When you've got this comfortable little box with all the people that agree with you, or look like you, or pray like you, or come from the same places, shop at the same places. And all of a sudden, somebody else comes through and they kick a hole in your box. And suddenly your box is a little unsettled, and you don't quite know what to do. Then what? Then this thought of oneness, sometimes we're not even thinking about it, or it's so uncomfortable that we just can't look at it. So I got oneness sometimes when I'm with my peeps. But then, it's just something we talk about. Just not today, not right now, not with them. Oh God, not with them, not with him. Not while that person's on TV. Not while that show is on. Not while I'm driving in that neighborhood. Do we cross the street when we see certain people coming towards us? Do we lock our doors of our car at a street light when we see somebody on the street? Or do we not make eye contact? Because if we don't see them, they don't exist. Put the blinders on. I'm invisible, I'm invisible, I'm invisible. And then shut out all the things we're uncomfortable with. A whole lot can make us uncomfortable. And sometimes we go overboard trying to make people think we're comfortable. And really, all people want, I think, is just open arms. Just let them be who they are. And just accept and love and be yourself. Because it seems like the harder we work to make people comfortable because we're uncomfortable, the more quickly it goes in the ditch. We end up saying things that are awkward and silly. When all we have to do is, like the vendors, say, welcome. Welcome to my world. I offer you the best that I am. Come, stay in my booth as long as you would like to. Be in my world. I want to be in your world. I want to learn about you. That's what all the vendors did. They asked me questions, no matter what they were selling. They were selling makeup. They wanted to know, do you like makeup? And what do you buy? And do you wear something? They're asking questions. Wanted to know who I was. And then they told me about who they were and what they had to offer. Exchanged information. Can we stay in business? Can I tell you more about what this is? What if we just offered more to people? And said, I don't know who you are. I wanted to get to know who you are. Here's my information. Let's make time for each other. Let's be with each other. Let's find out what we have in common. Rather than drawing those lines down the middle and saying, well, I have this, I think this, I voted here, I think you voted there because that's what you look like, or that's where you came from, or that's what you drive. When all we need to know of each other is our heart. The fact that you want love like I want love. Like I want to be accepted, like you want to be accepted. That you love your children and your family like I love mine. that we all grieve and have sadness, that we've all had loss. We've all had joy. We all want more joy. And why not have more joy together? I love the end of this video where the faces are just morphing from one into another. We really all come from the same place. And when we drill down past all this outer exterior stuff, and they have those high-powered microscopes, all they find is energy and intelligence. Because that's all we really are. When they look at DNA, I might have DNA that's more similar to Deborah's than I would another African American woman. Doesn't matter. In the end, it does not matter. A lot of times we make it matter. And we think it matters. And yes, we all come up with some kind of bias or judgment because of where we come from and because we don't know and maybe have not been socialized everywhere and with all groups. But if we could just be that open, like each of those vendors, and knew that the wares we were selling was about our hearts and our minds, the best of ourselves. Every day could be a fall fest. Every day could be a celebration. Every day there could be smiles and something beyond acceptance and tolerance. How nice would that be? You know, at the end of every day, your face is tired because you've been smiling all day. You ever been someplace, had a real good time, and you're like, oh my God, my cheeks hurt. Yes. Yes, I can't feel my face. Yes, we've all had those days, those experiences. And I think that's possible. Heck, we did it yesterday. From 10 to 5. Actually, it started at 7 a.m. when we got there, and all us vendors are trying to stay warm. Helping each other out. Holding each other's canopies down so they wouldn't blow away in the wind. Why can't we have Fall Fest every day? Please, without the 6:45 a.m. call. Please. Yes. Yeah. The name of that song was, "It doesn't matter if you're black or white. It doesn't matter. None of this out here matters. What matters is what's in here. What we see in each other, that inner core, that inner divinity. The individual expression that you are of your divinity that meets mine. And then our energies get to swirl around each other and combine and create something that's greater than the sum of its parts. So let's all try to be vendors. Selling our hearts, our booths, our worlds wide open. Inviting everybody in. Asking them to be a part of our world because they matter. And and that you have something very, very special you want to share with them. Today and every day. Or for a moment when you're passing them, driving by them, walking by them, paying for something. Yes. We're all vendors. We're all vendors. We all have something to give. And there's millions of people out there looking for it. Some people are starving for it. Some people are hurting for it. Some people don't know it or experience it on any given day. Some people don't have this. A lot of people don't have this. I had conversations with people yesterday who said they were looking for this. A place where they can just come and be welcomed and explore their spirituality, have conversations, be themselves. What a concept that people are worried about being themselves somewhere. Yeah. And so in this community, I think we're called even more because we do know what this is. We do experience it. We know what it is. This is who we are. We know that. Not everybody does. And for those who don't know, it's our opportunity to give them permission to be that and to experience that. So let's not let what happened yesterday or what happens here on Sunday, let's not let that dissipate. Let's be that every day, in every moment. And so when you see the word tolerance, just draw 2 red lines through it. Say, oh, that is so 1990. That is so 2000. Yes, we've gone beyond that. We're setting the bar high. We're setting the bar high. And we're living from the high bar. And invite people to come up to the high bar with you. And remember when life is happening, that we're keeping the high bar, keeping the high watch. We're staying here, staying here. When you see them going low, bring them up. Bring them up here with you. Where the air is crisp and clear. Yeah. Where eagles fly. Let's take this into meditation. Let's take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And as you center yourself again, and think about yourself as that individual expression of the divine, and perhaps what your special gift is. As a vendor of love, what is your special ware? What are you here to sell to the masses? To give away free of charge? What is your gift? When you walk through your life every day, what is it you bestow upon the masses? What are you spreading? Is it love, peace, wisdom, gratitude, humor? Is it balance, healing? Open-mindedness? Do you inspire? Do you bless people with the look in your eye, a special smile, a warm touch? Are you a shoulder to cry on? Are you a good listener? Do you know how to make people feel at home? What is your gift? We all have one. Hold that gift in your heart right now. Just let it expand in your chest. Knowing that because it is your divine gift, it is inexhaustible. A bountiful gift for anyone and everyone who passes through your world, whether for an instant or a lifetime. Have the capacity to bless and raise up and give warmth, provide cover, provide shelter. Feel that gift filling your chest. Give that gift color and light. And now see it expanding beyond your body, into this room, blessing everyone sitting here. This spiritual family of ours. Bless each one sitting here with your gift. Feel your power and expansiveness. And now let that color and light expand outside of this building into the surrounding area. Just let it swirl, give it life, give it power, see it expand easily, let it flow. There is no work for you to do, no energy to expand. Just let it flow. You are this expansiveness. See that color and light expand around the globe, affecting the entire planet. You and your divinity are that powerful. Just feel the expansiveness. Knowing there are no limits to your gift. Let's take a deep breath in. Breath is life. Exhale slowly, fully, emptying your lungs. Just breathe in again. One life, one love, one breath. Exhale. Let's just have a moment of silence together, feeling our power, knowing our gift, feeling our gift. Let's take one more deep breath in together. Hold it for a second. Now exhale very slowly. Very slowly. Very slowly. When you're ready, open your eyes and return to the room.